This is the Orange County Marketplace update for the month of July 2024. So lots to talk about for real estate in the month of July, but probably the biggest one and the one that's on everyone's minds is interest rates. Over the month of July, we had interest rates drop about 0.25%. We're in the mid sixes right now, which is the lowest we've had since February. Looking back at the end of May, we were 0.25% higher than that. So basically for the summer, we've had interest rates drop almost 0.5%. Now, 0.5% is a pretty big deal. On $1 million mortgage, that's almost $400 a month. So we will see what this does for the rest of the summer and into the fall for the marketplace. But let's take a look and see exactly what's happened on the sales side and on the inventories. At the beginning of July, we had 3,048 homes on the market. We ended with 3,426. Highest level of inventory since November of 22. That's a 12% increase over the period. Look at the purple line right at the arrow. Now, yes, it is way below the 3-year pre-COVID average. In fact, just less than 50% less. But it is very possible that we are at or close to the high inventory point for the entire year. Now, demand in July went the other way, which is kind of typical, as the high point for sales for the year is almost always in late spring or early summer before the inventory hits the high point. Now, over the month of July, sales numbers from the previous month dropped almost 6%. You can see the purple line slowly dropping over the last month. So month of July, we had inventory up 12% and sales down 6%. With that kind of spread, expected marketing time moved out from 56 to 67 days. Now, 67 days is still a seller's market, but it is slowly cooling as we've got more houses and a relatively unchanged buyer marketplace. Now, we still have a long ways to go, from 67 up to 90 days expected marketing time before we even get to a balanced market. And then it's got to cool by another third up to 120 days before it becomes a buyer's market. It is not a buyer's market, it is a seller's market. It is just not a white hot seller's market. By price, in the luxury market, homes above $2 million, inventory over the month of July increased by just under 8%. That is smaller of an increase than we had for the county as a whole. Sales numbers were unchanged, dead flat from the previous month. So the luxury market didn't cool off as much as the rest of the market. But because home prices are higher for luxury homes, obviously, the lower end is pretty balanced, and then it skews more towards buyer the higher up you go in terms of purchase price. Now, across all pricing segments, things cooled just a little bit, with the exception of sales above $4 million. Above $4 million on up, things actually got a little bit warmer. But during the month of July, sales of $4 million and higher, there were only 49 of them. So there just wasn't that many. Let's take a look at a few cities. Costa Mesa is a seller's market, even though it cooled off by 15 days. The average sale in Costa Mesa was 102% of the asking price. There are 21 more homes to buy in Costa Mesa for a total of 89. And over the month, there were 41 closed sales in the city. Huntington Beach cooled off as well, off 23 days to 71 days expected marketing time. Still a seller's market. In Huntington, the average was 100% of asking price, and the month ended with 221 homes for sale. There were 96 closed transactions in Huntington. Irvine, balanced market, cooled off 25 days to 94 days expected marketing time. Despite that, the average sale in Irvine was 101% of the asking price. There are 396 homes to buy in Irvine right now, and that's up 73. 126 sales for the month in the city of Irvine. Mission Viejo is still relatively hot, 47 days expected marketing time. Average sales price was 102% of the asking price. There were 24 homes that were added to the market by the end of July for a total of 101, and there were 64 closed transactions in Mission Viejo in July. Lastly, Newport Beach, definitely a buyer's market at 134 days. It cooled off just 6 for the month. 96% of the asking price was what the average selling price was in Newport. There were 12 fewer homes to buy at the end of the month for a total of 210. And there were 47 sales transactions in Newport. Of course, if you want more info on these cities or any other city in Southern California, please contact me. And then lastly, if you are thinking about buying or selling a house over the next year, I would very much like to show you the systems that I use and the strategies that I developed for both buyers and sellers. If you hang on to the end of this video, there's a landing page that will come up that will take you to a site that gives you a bunch of topics on home selling and home buying and a bunch of things that I think are important to consider. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click on the letter I right above my shoulder. That will take you to the same landing page. Or of course, you can call me 949-413-2371. You can email me, michael@housemgroup.com. And I hope you have a great rest of your summer. Thank you for watching.